Attention, duelists! If you could all stop staring at my hair for a moment.
We're back with another video. All right, I'm ready to be blazed and torched in the comment section for this, but I am making my 2023 Ghost from the Past predictions already. I got a good feeling on some of these. I got one prediction and hot take that I know is going to get me just burned at the stake here, so let's just get into it.
Why aren't you dead? As I explained earlier, I'm the main character. You, however, can just go right ahead and die.
All right, so we have seen the leaks.
Allegedly.
For Ghost from the Past 2022. Obviously, there's a lot of hype around this. There's no doubt in my mind that this set is going to absolutely flood the amount of sales the original Ghost from the Past went. So I'm thinking no doubt that they're going to be releasing another Ghost from the Past in 2023. Now, my original thoughts were, next year when they released the first 5 Ghost Rares, I was like, okay, next year there's no doubt that they're going to be doing Red Eyes Black Dragon. Well, then we just caught that leak that apparently shows Red Eyes coming out in this year's Ghost from the Past. So that kind of squashed that. So it got me thinking, what cards could they possibly turn into a Ghost Rare for next year? I'm making 9 predictions and 1 hot take, and see if you guys stick with me on this. So let's start with the first 5 sure thing predictions. These are cards that I'm very confident that are going to be featured in the 3rd generation of Ghosts from the Past. So starting with the first one, possibly the most iconic card in the game. It's got just about every other rarity ever except for Ghost Rare, and it's Exodia the Forbidden One. I think everybody is completely expecting this card to be released in Ghost Rare. I think a lot of people thought that it was actually going to be this year, but that's obviously not seeming like the case. So I'm going to have to go with my first sure thing prediction, Exodia the Forbidden One for 2023. Next on the list is a card that I already said before I even found out that Red Eyes
allegedly
was going to be in this set, that they were going to do Buster Blader. Buster Blader is another iconic card that they haven't touched in Ghost Rare yet, and to be honest, it would look pretty freaking sweet. My overall feeling is that they're going to be pretty nostalgic in 2023 as they've been in 2022, but they're also going to give some things that we all want. That's why my number 3 prediction sure thing is going to be Decode Talker. A lot of people were hoping that Decode Talker would be in this year's set. It didn't happen. Everybody wants this card to be in Ghost format, and I'm just looking at it and I'm like, man, this has got to be one of the best Link cards. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to be listening to the players and they're going to make Decode Talker a Ghost Rare next year. Sticking with the nostalgia, number 4, there's no doubt in my mind, Jinzo is going to be making 2023 without a question. One of the best OG cards in the game. I just feel like it's time that Jinzo got this rarity upgrade. I think it would be really cool. And again, I'm sticking with the nostalgia with these top 5, and that's why I'm moving right along to number 5 in Relinquished. Relinquished has never gotten Ghost Rare. This one is a little bit off the beaten path, but again, they've done so much with nostalgia cards that I really feel like they're going to go heavy. So the 4 long shot predictions that I have are predictions that are a little bit of a long shot, and not out of the question by any means for the 3rd generation of Ghosts from the Past, but something that I feel pretty confident about going into next year. The first one, of course, we haven't had a lot of Ghost Rares come in the form of spell and trap cards, and I have not yet seen a trap card Ghost Rare, and I think if you're going to start with any card, it has to be arguably the best trap card OG that was ever made in Mirror Force. Mirror Force is like the ultimate trap card, the ultimate FU to your opponent. I think a lot of people would love to have this in Ghost Rare. I think personally, if they were to do this next year, it'd probably end up being one of the more valuable cards in the set just for collector reasons alone. The second one is a little bit even more of a long shot. Again, sticking with nostalgia, one of the most iconic, maybe not the most impressive card, maybe not the most effective card, but definitely a nostalgic card nonetheless that would get a major upgrade, and I'm thinking Magician of Faith makes this list completely. Not a lot of people use this card. I think casual duelists still use it from time to time. Personally, I still have it in my Dark Magician deck, but I think a Ghost Rare Magician of Faith would fall right in line with this wave of nostalgia that they've been riding recently. Now on to the third pick. Now this is where I stray a little bit because I just got these gut feelings. You got the new set that's coming out, Power of the Elements, and they're really dipping into elemental heroes. You've seen it a lot lately with the elemental support. And I feel like if they're going to get nostalgic with any elemental hero, it's going to be Elemental Hero Flame Wingman in Ghost Rare. I think, personally, I'm not a huge fan of elemental heroes. I remember when they came out, you know, the GX wave was super strong, but I think this card would look freaking sweet in a Ghost Rare. And again, you got to ride that nostalgia. And they've been doing so much of it lately. I think Flame Wingman is an easy contender for a Ghost Rare. My last long shot, and I only say this because this seems to be probably one of the most used cards in the game right now. Whether you're casual, whether you're a tournament player, this card is absolutely devastating. And without a question, if they make this next year, it will be the main chase card. Again, it's a long shot, but Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, if that sucker comes in a gold rare, I mean, look at this freaking thing right here. I mean, that's just a mock-up, but for real, this card would be so freaking valuable. I think it would even be more valuable than the Dark Magician. So now we've come to the end of the video and the part where you guys start lighting the torches and preparing the bonfire, because you guys are going to roast the hell out of me for this one. But there was one card in particular that I left off of this list that I still feel like there's a big part of me that feels like they could turn this into a Ghost Rare in 2023. And we've only seen a couple of spell cards make the list, Mystical Space Typhoon, and now what appears to be Eye of Timaeus.
Allegedly.
But you have to go to the OG, the best spell card from back in the day, Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed has to get that upgrade, and I'm gonna say they're gonna remove it from Forbidden and put it on the limited list. The fire start yet?
Nay, booyah!
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
Okay, listen, hear me out on this one. It sounds like a little bit of a stretch. There are so many ways to search for cards now. It's ridiculous. Let's start off with Soul Servant, one of them. If you have Mahad, Mana, Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician in your graveyard, and you banish Soul Servant, you get to draw 4 friggin' cards, and that card's not even touched right now. At this point, there are so many decks that you can just OTK someone and FTK someone. Like, what is the point of Pot of Greed even being forbidden from the game anymore? People clearly have no problem getting the cards they need, and I feel like Pot of Greed needs to make a return, and there's this little thing in my tummy that's saying, you know what? Pot of Greed's going to be making its triumphant return, even if it is limited. Okay, so those are my epic predictions for Ghosts from the Past 3rd Generation 2023. Hit me up in the comments section. I want to get your guys' feelings on this, what you think of the list, if there's cards that you have a better gut feeling on that they're going to be releasing. I want you to tell me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. We're going to be continuing to pump out some content. Got a big double box opening going down this Sunday that I'm excited. Creepy's going to be joining us again. He's going to try one more time to get that Starlight Stardust Dragon, and I'm going to make sure to buy him some extra tissues when it doesn't happen.
Aside from some 3rd-degree burns and severe mental scarring, he should be just fine.
I'm a fireman.
Check out all of our videos on the page. We appreciate your guys' support, and we will talk to you soon. Until then,
Deuces.